Driving through Washington, you'll find the Kremlin's message on the dial at 105.5 FM.
And we are live from the Empire of Lies. And we're stacking up the lies in the empire.
That's Radio Sputnik, produced by Russia's state media company from studios just blocks from the White House.
But it's wielding this power, but the power seems to be backfiring on the United States.
The Russians are not only winning this thing, they're winning it decisively.
As Russia's war rages in Ukraine, Sputnik is selling a very different version of events, one where Russia is the victim.
This is the first time that it appears likely that it was the regime in Kiev killing its own citizens who it views as traitors.
Welcome back to Fault Lines.
Critics and the U.S. government consider it pure propaganda. Sputnik's hosts claim they're just questioning the narrative, though some are unapologetically pro-Russia.
Part of what makes Sputnik so unusual is that it has managed to stay on the air as other Russian state broadcasters have either been banned or ceased broadcasting in the West.
That's because Sputnik buys its way onto the airwaves. Filings with the U.S. Justice Department show Russia's state media company spent over $500,000 purchasing airtime in just the last 6 months of 2021.
If I felt that it was all misinformation, we wouldn't be airing it.
Peter Chartel owns KCXL Radio near Kansas City, Missouri. He's paid $5,000 per month to air 6 hours of Russian state programming every day.
And to say, well, you should shut down that programming because we don't agree with it, just is directly opposite of what free speech is all about.
The U.S. government feels differently. In 2018, it forced Sputnik and the American companies that air it to register as agents of a foreign government. They must air this disclaimer.
On behalf of the Federal State Unitary Enterprise Rossiya Sevodnya International Information Agency, Moscow, Russia.
Russia's war in Ukraine prompted the National Association of Broadcasters to go further. They've called on stations to drop all Russian programming. Stations have so far refused.
Viewers and listeners who know what they're watching and know that what they're watching is paid for can view that content with a certain degree of skepticism.
As the war soldiers on, so does Sputnik, escaping U.S. sanctions and reaching Americans directly. Jackson Proskow, Global News, Washington.